I think if you're out there on Interstate, every lane is a hot lane this afternoon with temperatures well up into the 80s and low 90s. Of course, yesterday we tied that record high of 101 degrees. Not that hot out there today, but still we've got a lot of that humidity, and that just makes it still feel very oppressive. And we've got a few more showers and thunderstorms popping up, slowly working their way off towards the south and east. You can see over the past 3 hours, we had this one that popped up over parts of Petersburg and drifted over Surry County, Isle of Wight County. We had a few more popping up over southern Chesapeake and Virginia Beach, and really started to build up across portions of Camden and Currituck County right now. Got a little bit of a shower here around Goose Creek. That's pushing down towards the Albemarle Sound. Some heavier rain along 158 and 168 where they come together there west of Water Lily, Maple. You're seeing some of that heavier rain, and that picks up a little bit more back towards Edge Road. And also around Tolles and Sligo and Snowden, we've got some of that heavier rain as well. Again, everything sliding and working its way towards the south and east. And we still have this heavy batch of rain in Isle of Wight County. We mentioned earlier that it would approach Foursquare and Central Hill. Now seeing that heavy rain continuing to work its way south and east. So Longview, you've got it, and that'll continue its way off towards the south and east again, crossing over into areas of northern Suffolk around Gloversville and even headed towards the downtown area. And you can just see how those showers and thunderstorms really fired up once we got that afternoon heating going, and that'll be the case for the next few hours as everything works its way through Hampton Roads. 5 o'clock, a couple of these isolated showers and storms. The main line approaching Richmond, and that'll continue to work its way off towards the south and east. So by 7 o'clock, we're looking at this line pushing through the peninsula and the middle peninsula, and eventually by 9 o'clock through the south side of northeastern North Carolina. And then it'll start to weaken, say, after 11 o'clock tonight across Carolina. But still, we could have another rumble of thunder or two later into the late overnight and early morning hours on Thursday. By about 6 a.m., things should start to dry out. Temperatures in the 70s, but once again, that heat and humidity builds during the afternoon. And we'll see a few of these showers and thunderstorms firing up, and temperatures back up into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Activity starts to diminish a bit tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. And then on Friday, still a chance for some of those showers and thunderstorms, but it could really be any time during the day. Not quite as hot, temperatures in the 80s to around 80 to 84 or so. A little bit of an easterly wind will keep coastal areas just a little bit cooler on Friday. Cloudy skies on the peninsula right now. Our LFC-U camera up in Newport News, 88 degrees. It feels like 94 when you factor in that humidity and a lot of wide-ranging temperatures. Well, we've seen the rain, 72 degrees in Currituck, 80 in Surry, 86 in Gloucester, but it's 90 in Suffolk, 91 in Gatesville, 79 up in Wachapreague. So for tonight, scattered thunderstorms. Some of them could be a little bit strong as we go through the early evening hours. 75 degrees and an isolated afternoon thunderstorm or two tomorrow. 91, 76 scattered thunderstorms tomorrow night, and more of the same on Friday. Not as hot with a high temperature of 84. For Saturday, we're back up into the low 90s once again, 92 and 93 on Sunday. Then a little more potent cold front moves in for early next week. 87 on Monday, 82 looking like a beautiful day on Tuesday with partly sunny skies, mostly sunny, and 84 on Wednesday.